Anyway, I was like, I said to my mom, Mom, come on back in the back, because my boy had this big, beautiful swimming pool and a jacuzzi. And Mom said, I don't want to get in the pool. It was nighttime. She was like, I don't want to get in the pool because I don't like pools, so I'll just get in the hot tub. So it was just this big old, like 12-seater, and it was me and Mom sitting across from each other. The moon was out. Y'all will read about it in the book, but the moon was out. It was pitch black at night, but the weather was amazing. And something told me, ask your mama about some stuff that you ain't never asked your mama about. Stuff like, where was I conceived? Because I knew I was born in L.A. in Watts, Martin Luther King Hospital. But I was like, when did you know you were pregnant with me? And when did this happen? She was like, me and your father created you in St. Louis. Your father didn't want to be in St. Louis no more, so you were the only one of all 4 of the kids that was born in L.A. And you were born in Watts. So then I was like, Mama, tell me about your childhood. I said, what was it like being raised? Because my mother's mother is an alcoholic. So this was the craziest shit that's ever happened. My mama is in this jacuzzi, and she goes into these stories. I hated my childhood. My mama was drunk. She used to use the bathroom on herself all the time because her bladder was so weak from the alcohol. She used to have these boyfriends in the house, and she would let these boyfriends come in and just take over the whole house and made us feel like we didn't even exist because she was so desperate to have a man. And all these boyfriends was just in and out of the house, and it was just the worst child. It was abusive, verbally. I used to see my mama get beat up and beat on, and all of the condescending and evil and dysfunctional stuff you can think of was all happening in the house. And so this was the craziest thing ever. My mother got so passionate and so detailed and so angry while she was telling this story, she never realized that everything that she was explaining about the way she was raised was the way she raised us. And so at that point, I said to my mama, Mama, you know what's crazy? I said, so I'm not in the jacuzzi with my mama. I'm in the jacuzzi with my grandmother. And she's like, what are you talking about? I ain't your grandmother. She never put 2 and 2 together. She was completely describing her upbringing and her mother and all of this stuff and never connected it to her. At no point did she realize in that story, with all of those details, that she was actually describing the way she raised us. And so that was the moment that I had, and it said to me that we are all creatures of habit. Whatever your interpretation of love is, whatever type of upbringing you had, this is what you was exposed to. It's like, I need to be in a relationship with a man that reminds me of my father. If he's trying to be all nice and respectful and treat me like a lady, that's not the way my father treated my mother. So I need to go and argue, be in a relationship with somebody that's dysfunctional, crazy, over the top, and wild and whatever else because I feel challenged. You know, men, we're not fixer-upper projects. You a little messed up, but I'm gonna fix you. Because in the end, you'll discover that a man is going to be who's going to be. You know?
Let me come in there, because there's a part of the book where you deal with, do I love you more than I know you? And that kind of feeds into where you're getting ready to go. And so can you talk about that for me and why that's important?
Well, women in particular, and I'm sure you ladies will agree, and we do the same thing as men, but women in particular, I feel like y'all are emotional beings. And y'all emotional just at all times. Because, you know, you just want to feel something. You want to just give me something. I want to activate these emotions. Right? And so, if the sex game is right, if the sex appeal is right, if the gift of the gab and the charm is right, and all of these things, your emotions will end up on 150th Street. You gone. You running around 2 weeks into the relationship, telling all your girls you found your husband, the man of your dreams. You putting God in it. You talking about God sent me here. I get it. I understand it. We do it sometimes too. But it's mainly women as far as what I'm concerned. Long story short, going back to what Jeff said, I have a chapter in my book is, Do I Love You More Than I Know You? How is it possible for me to love you as much as I'm saying I love you? I'm on 150th Street. I love you. You just going on and on and on. How do you love somebody that much and you don't know them? Like, how is that possible? Really think about how, as simple as that is, how do I love you as much as I'm saying I love you when I don't know you?
Love and being in love, two different things. Totally different things.
But the connection is love leads to feeling in love. And some people don't know the difference in being in love with somebody for real versus being in love with the sexual experience.
So let's wait till the question and answer session. Let's wait till the question. Let's wait till the question and answer session.
But that may be your interpretation.
We have a Q&A later.
So the whole point I'm making is, there's this thing that I describe in detail in the book about painting the picture. Because you have to be very concerned with devilish charmers.
Yes.
Right? There's people that know how to put it all the way on, and just like a magician, they know how to paint the picture, create the smoke, and get you consumed in the way things appear to be. So magic is about moving your hands, everything is fast, and they talk to you and they're swift, they move in. Yeah, I understand. You get so caught up in the action and the energy, you just like, yeah. And then as soon as that shit slow down, you're standing there looking like, yo, who are you? Like, you have convinced me that you were somebody completely different. Because you got a lot of undiscovered pastors. And the undiscovered pastors, to me, a pastor has the gift of conviction. Right? And so the conviction has sold you on who these people appear to be. And so you got some people that have the conviction and they don't have malicious intent. You are everything that you appear to be. And when I turn my back, the question really becomes, who are you when I'm not looking? Because you know how to put it on while I'm here. Who are you? Ooh, you are on it. As soon as I walk away, who do you become? And so that is connected to perception versus reality. So that's it.
So let me ask you this, and then I want to be able to open the door to questions, because I want to make sure you all have time to get books signed. But you talk, Tyrese, and you talk about who told you this, but the notion of the 5 people you need to have around you.
Yes, sir.
Because none of us can get to where, sometimes we can't even get out our own way without help. Right? We definitely can't get to where we're going without help. Can you talk a little bit about those 5 people and why they're important?
Well, Will Smith, who is one of my friends and mentors, and I talk about him a lot in the book, he's much more than a movie star. This dude right here is one of the most brilliant and consistent, hard-working black men in the world, as far as I'm concerned, not even just in Hollywood. So when I first started hanging out with Will, it was more about him putting me up on game pertaining to Hollywood, and then things just kind of went in a different direction where he's like, yo, I know you came to meet with me getting advice about Hollywood, but I actually see something in you that you may not see in yourself. And so then there was this vested interest that he had in the things that I didn't know. So the first thing he said to me was, you can often tell how far your life and career will go based on the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so I had to think about my circle of 5, and I had to think about where my career was. People that weigh 450 pounds would probably not get along with a trainer who's in the gym 5 days a week, right? Somebody that's just like a health food guru, you can't catch them barely even putting chicken in their salad, right? And the connection is oil and water just don't mix, because the conversation and the approach, and I'm not judging anybody that's plus size, whatever the case may be. You grown, enjoy your life, right? But the point is, if you want to change your mind, right? If you change your mind and you change your immediate circle and the people you spend the most time with, it's going to change your life. And so I say, I'll take it a step further. I know what the rest of your friends look like even when they're not with you. Because you represent your immediate circle even when your immediate circle is not with you.
That's true.
Right? And so, because you're the loudest person in the club popping bottles with top model doesn't mean you're happy. Right? Because you're pulling up with the most expensive car doesn't mean you have gas money. And so it's perception versus reality. And so most of us are on a mission to try and prove to everybody that we're doing all right. Oh, I'm good. What you been up to? Oh, man, I'm good. Oh, man, I'm cracking right now. And then that dude go home, man, he crying, miserable, frustrated, trying to figure it out. See, I see pain in smiles. I'm able to look past the way most people appear to be. And I got those same people in my life where they be like, yo, you all right? I'm good, baby. No, Reese, you know, for real, are you good, man? Because I don't know, something a little different about your energy. And then we're able to talk about it. And so I can't tell y'all enough that unapologetically, bold in your truth. If you have a problem with your life, you should have a problem with the people in your life. I don't remember the last time I had a nightmare. See, because you go to sleep at night doesn't mean you're resting. If your life is a nightmare while you're awake, when you go to sleep, your mind doesn't go to sleep. Your mind is still active. And so the nightmare continues until you rest or you sleep. You get 8 hours of sleep for those of y'all that can sleep that long, because I can't. And you wake up and you're like, damn, man, I got 8 hours. But you're still uptight. You're still stressed out because your mind and your spirit wasn't resting. And so most people who have zero or no money at all, you naturally will connect money to being happier. Well, if I had more money, I wouldn't be stressed out. If I had my favorite car, I wouldn't be stressed out. I'm telling y'all right now, nobody gets more broke than what I was. The thirstiest, hungriest, bottom of the barrel. Most of the clothes that I had on when I was in elementary, junior high, and high school, is because I used to steal clothes off the clothing line. You see me in a new T-shirt, they ain't mine. I just hope nobody don't walk up to me and recognize that their name has been airbrushed on the back of my damn shirt. I'm James. What's going with my damn shirt on, man? So, you know, it's one of them things where I really believe that excuses sound best to the person that's making them up.
That's right.
And so, I don't feel sorry for none of y'all. You're not a charity case. I'm not here to give y'all money, save you, pay your bills. I'm here to give you permission, if I can, to decide in your own mind to change your immediate reality right around you and decide that you have more control of every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, and every month of your life. It's called Happy Thanksgiving. It's called Happy Birthday. It's called Merry Christmas. Not miserable Christmas. Not drama Thanksgiving. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like, because it's a holiday, why are you inviting everybody over?
I know.
when you already know what they're going to do to your holiday. I only get one Thanksgiving. I'm mad at my damn turkey right now. You in your own kitchen eating like, damn, why are they here? So it becomes this thing where I can't tell y'all enough. It's like you're the victim. You're on the receiving end of your own choices. You picked that man. Nobody else picked that man. God, angels, your immediate friend, your mama, whoever, who you thought was hating on you, trying to tell you he ain't good, something ain't right about it. You on a mission to try and prove everybody wrong that he is that dude or that girl, and then you end up on the pity potty, embarrassed that it didn't work out when they were trying to tell you forever ago. And so it's one of them things like, decide today. And as you get more into this book, which I didn't write for me, by the way, I already know everything in the book. I wrote it. It's mine. These are my thoughts, my feelings. This is my clarity. I put it all out there. Like my mission was to put it out there so that people can get the heads up of what's around the corner before they get there. Because this is 15 years of show business and information and knowledge and Will Smith wisdom and Rev Run and Deepak Chopra and my pastor Kenneth C. Ulmer and all of my friends that have literally changed my life from giving me the heads up of what's around the corner before I got there. All in one book. And then it's more so 32 years of life. How I decided unconsciously when I was younger and more consciously since I got older to break the cycle. It's like, Mama, I love you because you made me, but I don't want to be nothing like you. And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to say I love you, but how you doing it and how you going about it, I'm cool. I'm my own man. Thank you for giving birth to me. I'm forever grateful. I will never look down or be condescending and evil and messed up. That's not what my intentions are. But that's what you did with your life. That's how much you decided you were comfortable with making. And that's it. So, as y'all get into this book, it's a very uncomfortable but yet comfortable read. Because it's bold, it's raw truth. It ain't politically correct. It ain't safe. I wrote this book as if I'm not writing another one. There is no part 2. And so if I'm going to write my first book, I need to put it all out there. Because I have a responsibility to everybody in this room. Not to be that y'all a charity case, because like I said, I don't feel sorry for nobody. I'm not here as a billionaire, which I'm not. Say, oh, you got problems, you got bills, you can't pay. Here, man, help me. Because that's not fixing the problem. When you change the mind state, it'll change your finances, which changes your reality. Each one teach one. If I teach you how to get it, then even when I'm not around, I know you still get it. So, you get what I'm saying? So that's my approach. And so I just want you all to not just be here because, you know, I'm an entertainer and y'all love me and enjoy me and appreciate me the way y'all do. I appreciate y'all for coming, but y'all came here for you. And I just love y'all for showing up because I see that y'all want to meet the better version of yourself. And that's what I hope y'all are able to experience from reading this book. So God bless you.